Why me? Why?
It's not why
Please,
me.
no,
It's
not
why
me,
me.
please.
No.
Show me the orbit. How many walls has the orbit?
4.
Which?
Lateral, medial, superior, inferior.
Okay, how is from the superior wall?
By the lesser wing and by the frontal bone.
Which part of the frontal bone?
Orbital front.
Be quiet. Huh?
Orbital front.
What's the front? What's the front? Huh?
An orbital part.
Yeah, it's just frontal bone and lesser wing of sphenoid bone, you know.
Yes, of course, lesser wing and frontal bone, but lesser wing has which bone?
Sphenoid. What? Lesser wing.
Everybody be quiet.
Lesser wing is
Mark,
the part of the
think, and tell. Lesser wings, parts of which bone?
sphenoid.
Okay, second bone you said frontal bone.
Both of
But frontal bone, yes, I understand. Frontal bone has main parts. Yes?
Yes.
Which main part of the frontal bone?
Body.
Body.
Well,
Has the frontal bone body?
no, but whatever this is right
How
here.
called that part of the frontal bone?
No.
Tomorrow you have credit. Mark.
Tomorrow we have credit. Ничего? Это просто продвинутый канал.
Can you ask me another question?
How in your notes? Main parts of the frontal bone. Which main parts have frontal bone?
Frontal skull, supraorbital foramen, supraorbital. I don't want to answer it incorrectly. All I thought I need to know is frontal bone. That's all I thought I needed to know.
Okay, lateral wall of the orbit.
Lateral wall, zygomatic bone, and part of the lesser wing. No. Is it part of the lesser? Yes, part of the lesser wing.
Lesser.
Okay, excuse me, greater, and the zygomatic bone. Right here, zygomatic.
Which surface of the greater wing?
Lateral.
Which surface of greater wing forms the lateral wall of
Orbital.
the orbital? How is from the inferior wall?
Inferior. Part of the zygomatic bone, right?
Yeah, what you said?
Part
Part
of the zygomatic bone and the maxilla.
Which what?
Orbital part.
Orbital what? What is orbital? What has orbital? Part, process, surface, what?
Surface.
Medial wall.
The lacrimal bone and
Чем ты это записываешь? Чем ты это записываешь? Я думал, там до демо. Frontal process.
no, infraorbital border.
Frontal process of maxilla.
Yeah, lacrimal bone and I want to say no. Wait,
Frontal process of maxilla.
no, I don't think it's labyrinth.
Tamar,
Is
Frontal process of maxilla.
which other bone forms the medial wall?
Orbital part of the frontal.
Labyrinth, which bone? Ethmoid bone. Which cannot pass through the orbit? Kyoko bijani. Arge, koraca spine.
Микс не да.
Ezgisni da še.
Я спросил название, забыл просто.
Optic canal, except canal, which structure is visible?
Supraorbital fissure and
How they call? Supraorbital?
superior orbital fissure.
Different. Do you know how
Tamar, how is
pterygopalatine fossa
formed
connects to the nasal cavity? I'm sorry.
How is formed the heart
Do you know?
palate?
Are formed by palatine process of the maxilla and horizontal plate of the palatine.
Palatine bone. Okay, except horizontal plate, which part has palatine bone?
Perpendicular plate.
Perpendicular plate forms what?
Form.
Where is located the perpendicular plate?
It's a lateral wall of the nasal cavity.
Lateral wall of nasal cavity, except nasal cavity. The wall of which part of the skull is formed by perpendicular plate of the palatine bone? From that side, it forms the wall, but if you take external side of the skull, what it forms? Maxilla is formed by what you said? What? No!
Просто молчи лучше.
Что не palatine, значит nasal. And oral
By one
cavity.
side, perpendicular plate of the palatine bone faces toward the nasal
And,
cavity. Yes, and form the lateral wall
oral
of the
nasal.
nasal cavity. But if you take opposite side face of the perpendicular plate, where it faces? Yes, there, but that part of the skull has special name. How called?
Это какая кость?
Pterygopalatine fossa. Or opposite side forms the medial wall of the pterygopalatine fossa. Yes or no? Okay. How is formed the roof of the nasal cavity?
Roof formed by cribriform plate, nasal bone, and
No, not nasal bone. Nasal bone is part of the external nose.
The nasal.
cribriform plate and nasal part of the frontal bone.
Nasal part of the frontal bone and partly body of sphenoid bone also. Why? Because behind the cribriform plate, what is located? The body of the sphenoid bone with its anterior surface, which is not visible in the skull, but faces toward the nasal cavity. Which bones have air sinuses?
Frontal bone, sphenoid bone, maxilla, and temporal bone.
Where the temporal bone has air sinus?
On the
Hammer, why you said if you don't know?
Mustard.
Mastoid process, but you forgot one bone, which also have air sinus. Which bones you said? Maxilla, frontal, what's you said? Sphenoid, temporal. Which other?
Pharynx.
Huh? Who knows?
Ethnos.
She said maxilla. Ethmoid bone. Which part of ethmoid bone?
How the fuck do you know this shit?
Huh?
Rubber.
Hammer. How is formed the bone part of the nasal septum?
by testicular plate of the bone, bone and finish.
And one. Pulasa. By me. Take this. Show me the heart palate.
Adam. How do you remember this?
Heart palate. You understand? Show me the nasal cavity. Cavity, whole nasal cavity. Where is pterygopalatine fossa? Where is? Between which bones?
Maxilla. Process.
Onto which bone?
Sphenic bone.
And
perpendicular plate
Back.
of the auch.
Bach.
Palatine
Is
bone.
palatine bone. With which part of the skull connects peripalatine fossa?
With the organ.
Orbit, next.
Ever.
Inner surface of the skull.
Next.
Nasal cavity.
Next.
Oral cavity.
Where is oral cavity? Where are you going? Okay, next. And last.
And
Pharynx. Can you tell me how the peripalatine fossa connects with orbit? Very easy.
I know this answer. Inferior
What?
George.
How it connects with inner side of skull? What is the shape of foramen?
round foramen.
Round foramen. How it connects with what? Oral cavity.
Great.
How could this part? Palat. How would be the name of that foramen?
Palatine
Foramen is gyrus. Don't have the same.
Foramen is gyrus.
How it connects with nasal cavity?
This is gyrus.
That skull has not that foramen, but where
Banana
it
foramen.
is?
The banana foramen. Banana foramen. This is special purpose
Nasal
for bananas.
cavity.
Banana beans, not for the banana.
Okay, with pharynx.
There you go. I got it.
Very good, come on, yes, but
It's not.
hold on, I'll take that.
Can I?
Can I?
I know the answer now.
What you know?
Was it frontal, the inferior, in the back? No.
Amy. How the peripalatine fossa connects with nasal cavity?
With nasal cavity by sphenopalatine notch.
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 Have
Foramen.
you notch on
No,
whole skull?
foramen.
Okay, notch, sphenopalatine notch presents where? What has sphenopalatine notch?
Sphenoid bone?
What?
No.
Just common sense.
Sphenopalatine foramen is formed by
Why what?
sphenoid bone and palatine bone.
Sphenoid bone and palatine bone? No, not quite. Perpendicular plate of the palatine bone
Perpendicular.
has two processes. Emmy, how called that processes? Perpendicular plate of the palatine bone.
I know it's just
Yes, but each of them has special names. Kozmala. called that processes? Huh?
Sorry.
Who knows?
Orbital process.
Orbital
And sphenoid.
and sphenoid process. Why they called so? Do you know?
Because one connects to the orbit and
Yes. Other to the sphenoid process.
sphenoid process.
Notch which presents between the two processes called sphenopalatine notch. But these processes attach with orbit with sphenoid and on the whole skull processes together with sphenoid and orbit surrounds O, which called how? Sphenopalatine foramen.
Forum.
Understood? Так, Georgi Kera, Amy. Next. Tell what? Okay. How is formed skull cap? By which bones?
It's connection of a lot of bones: frontal bone, parietal bone, occipital.
Totally frontal bones, or how?
Squamous part of frontal bone, two parietal bones, and squamous part of occipital bone.
Laterally?
Laterally, squamous parts of temporal bone.
Temporal bone.
Mhm.
Okay, take the skull and show me the foramen circle.
Photometer.
Where is located? How you can tell?
At the end of frontal crest.
Frontal crest.
At the top of ethmoid.
Okay. Main parts of the frontal bone. Mark don't know. Explain.
Main parts: orbital part, squamous part, and
And finish.
nasal part.
Nasal part. Which part of the frontal bone has air sinus?
Squamous part. Nasal. I'm sorry. Nasal.
Main parts of the ethmoid bone.
Это мои любимые.
Ethmoid bone. We can see visible part of the
All parts visible. Tell me the names of main parts.
cribriform plate, two labyrinths, perpendicular plate, and perpendicular, and this olfactory foramens.
Это не main part.
Main part.
No.
Where present? Which part of the ethmoid bone has olfactory foramen?
Cribriform plate.
Cribriform. For
Visible.
what are that olfactory foramen?
I'm sorry?
For what?
For nerves.
Which nerve?
Nasal nerves, olfactory nerves.
How called the superior part of the perpendicular plate?
Crista galli.
Okay. How many surfaces has the labyrinth of the ethmoid bone?
It's shaped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
From that 6, which surfaces you know? Names.
Lateral and medial surface.
What? External, internal?
Lateral and medial.
Lateral medial surfaces have special other names. How they call? By the location.
Nasal,
Nasal is lateral or medial?
medial.
Another?
And lateral is orbital.
Orbital.
Orbital. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's more? Main part of the external bone.
Greater wings. Can I?
No.
Greater wings, lesser wings, body of the spinal bone,
And
and Про
Where are that parts? Maybe you forgot the names, but you know the location of that part. Where? Show me.
Nie jest zakończę. Przypiszę.
derivative processes.
Pterygoid processes. Which bone has a groove for transverse sinus?
Group for transverse sinus. Occipital.
Which part of the occipital?
Squamous part.
Which surface of the squamous part?
Internal.
Internal. Which foramen present, which hole present between occipital and temporal bone?
Jugular.
How is formed jugular foramen?
It's formed by the connection between occipital bone and the temporal.
What they have, these bones, for foramen?
Arches.
Arch.
Notches, sorry.
Notches.
Yeah, notches.
Which other foramen,
This one is orbit.
other foramen has whole skull only and not separated bones?
Посередине, я не помню, как их зовут. Дырки. Что-то с К или Z.
Lacerum?
Lacerum.
Lacerum. Between which bones visible that lacerum?
Sphenoid and temporal.
And temporal. Which part of the temporal?
Это я вам сделаю завтра.
Apex of what?
Apex of pyramids.
Pyramid. Which part of the sphenoid bone?
Greater ring and body. Body actually. But part of it.
Она?
No, it is.
Where is located internal opening of the carotid canal?
Carotid canal.
Это я просто давал, я до сих пор не помню.
Я помню, прямо на улице находится.
Internal opening.
Ну, снаружи знаем, где
I
находится.
know this.
После ставили процесс. Может быть, последняя дырка на
Нет, ты имеешь в виду экстернал.
Да, интернал. Да, интернал.
Carotid canal.
It's easy.
Yeah, easy when you notebook.
When you know it.
Рассмотрели это.
Я не знаю, правда, просто.
Ну показывай, где?
Но в фораме целом же идет.
Foramen lacerum, foramen, how can? Foramen, enter foramen.
Ну,
Что, не идешь, да?
канал проходит нет, проходит вот здесь и проходит здесь.
Do foramen lacerum, before foramen lacerum, is a separated hole, internal opening of the carotid canal. In books there is so that enter the cranial cavity, carotid artery through foramen lacerum. But lacerum,
And this is the external side.
Не точно это.
You said internal or external?
Internal.
Internal, it's on the apex.
On the apex of pyramids, firstly, carotid artery enter through internal orifice and passes through the lacerum, lies along of the carotid grooves of the sphenoid bone. Покаивались, проходит через лацерум, но не входит через лацерум. Он пойдет через
Входит
лацерум.
отсюда. Ну, скажите, канал нет идет же.
Nerve от мозга.
Carotid canal, what it transmits? Nerve?
Ну,
Blood,
Carotid
If
artery.
artery then goes and from inside. From
Сердце идет, сердце.
от цвета.
Karki, Mariam Potorishvili.
It's break time, no?
How starts the canon for facial nerve?
Facial nerve starts.
Mariam thinks
Смотри.
starts.
Facial nerve start.
Facial, какой
Facial
специальный
Facial nerve
Special, special.
start.
Special.
Yes.
Acoustic methods.
Да, start.
Special nerves.
Special nerves.
Terna acoustic methods.
Acoustic.
Methods.
Acoustic mentus.
Acoustic methods. Which acoustic methods?
Нет.
Mentos. Acoustic mentos.
Internal. Acoustic mentus. And finish.
Сразу Кока-Кола.
What style у нас тут?
Мгм. Да.
Which bone has groove for greater petrous nerve?
Temporal.
Which part of the temporal bone?
Anterior part.
Which part of the temporal bone?
Дядя Петр.
Anterior is what?
Верхняя.
No.
To face.
Anterior is surface,
Yes.
but anterior surface has which part of the temporal bone?
Palatine.
Yeah. What do you mean?